before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rachah HaKodash. Double honors go out to the apostles, elders, Great Millstone, Peru, and Teach Well. Shalom, Barakiam to you brothers and sisters out there. Alright, this is the brother Malachi for the Great Millstone Nashville camp. And Lord willing that this lesson is edifying to the hopeful elect. Alright, Lord willing, the wind ain't too strong either. I just got the windows down a little bit, but let's for some air. So I wanted to go into this word real quick because I was thinking about just now, because I just got on the road, I was just thinking about how the beast, the beast system demands cooperation. What I mean by that is, we know the beast is the EU, NATO. We know the Horde rides on the beast. America's part of that. But we know the beast system, even though we're talking about EU, NATO, and America, the beast system is across the globe, right? Or it's really, especially going to be once they, let me just do this. That window's pretty loud. Once they fully implement this New World Order, which one of the biggest things that's their end goal of that is to get everybody in their system via a CHIP, whether that be in the brain, or as the scriptures say, forehead, or whether that be in your hand, which that's probably going to be the common one, is in the hand. The brain one's more for probably more wealthy folk, but not even just more wealthy, but just people that probably got certain diseases, conditions, things, because that's a big pointer there to the miracles of the beast. When it talks about the miracles of the beast, that's a big one right there. People being able to walk again via the brain, CHIP. That would make people, that would make their jaw drop, right? Wow. So now we finally have technology to help people with certain things that were deemed, uncurable. Wow, this man is he's so smart, he's so just, he's so helpful. That's him deceiving the world. Everybody thinks that the so-called white man, Esau Edom, starting with the elite bankers, thinks that they're such, they're just top echelon. When the scriptures, history, and basically everything else, like Apostle Paul said, not even nature itself, because that was regarding man having long hair, but still, not even nature itself tell you that Esau is a devil, man. It's destroying the earth. One of the big things that they keep pushing out now is these data centers, which is sucking up all the water, raising the heat in the area. That ain't nothing new, man. Esau's been messing with the ecosystem and such for a very long time. Alright, but nonetheless, let me get this word cooperate. Because the beast system being that ancient Roman system, that New World Order, which is what is modernized as, where he's back in that spirit of Antiochus, trying to make everybody one people, which really goes all the way back to the time of Nimrod with the Tower of Babel, which Babel means confusion. Not only did all that stuff bring confusion, but the Lord brought confusion by changing their speech, so they wouldn't be able to understand each other. And right now we are still in the period of Psalms 83, where all of these nations, all of the other 17 nations have conspired to try to get rid of Israel. Because best believe, even though the elite bankers are on the forefront, you still got high up other heathen nations from the other 16 heathen nations that play a role in this New World Order as well. Right, puppet leaders. All right, different. Even Jake. There's even some Jake that's trying to forward this agenda. Best believe. Right? It's not subject to skin tone. Just like this ministry isn't, right? And anybody with any skin tone, if the Lord brings them in, then he brings them in. It ain't got nothing to do with shit. Why are you so infatuated with another grown-ass man's skin? It's kind of weird, don't you think? Maybe you're thinking a bit too hard. If the Lord has bestowed a spirit upon a man or a woman to believe on Yahweh by Shemel Shai, then that's an Israelite. He knows who his people are. He don't need you to tell him. Alright? So anyways, that was a little side note, but it says cooperate. It says to act or operate jointly with another or others to the same end. It says to work together with. Right? Fellow worker, associate. So these elites, they want you to cooperate. Right? They don't want you to resist the New World Order. They want you to just bend the knee to the image of Baal. Like the Lord told Elijah, I believe it was, I have 7,000 men that have not bowed the knee. 7,000 being a complete number. Lord willing, where are those 7,000? Lord willing, we come in the spirit of Daniel and Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Okay? Lord willing, we come in the spirit of 2 Maccabees 6th chapter with Eleazar, and 2 Maccabees 7 with the mother and her sons. Lord willing, we're in that same type of spirit, mindset. Because we understand that if you cooperate with the beast, you will be destroyed. All right, there will be, you will not receive the kingdom of heaven until you die that death by pain. 2nd Ezra 9 and 12. Because all Israel will receive the kingdom of heaven. But 2/3 of our people here in America have to get destroyed. And then the rebels across the globe. And anybody that's teaching that 2/3 don't exist or they're going to get saved, that's a bunch of, what is that word? Malarkey? That's not what the scriptures say, man. Alright, most of our people, Israel, aren't going to make it on the first go-around. They're going to have to come back through the reincarnation, through the loins of the elect. That's what it is, man. There's certain things that, if you have a problem with it, you just need to pray to Yahweh by Shemel Shai to take that demon off you, man. Because a lot of things that you guys have a problem, well, really everything that you have the camps and all that have a problem that the apostles and elders say and brothers say, starting with the apostles and elders, what they've been bringing out for decades, the 100% unadulterated truth. You just got to take that up with the Lord, man. Because it's what the scripture says. When you go into the words and you connect scripture upon scripture and you go into that's what it is. A lot of guys want to mix up their emotions and feelings into the ministry, and that's not how this thing works. Guys that do stuff like that I almost guarantee they're going to take the seed. Because if your emotions are strong now, how much more in that day, an hour of temptation? When emotions are higher than a kite, right? When Esau's got torture presented to you, or death, or even before that, because if you don't cooperate with the beast system, you're not going to be a part of it, right? So you're not going to be able to go to work, not going to be able to live at your crib no more, not going to be able to drive your car, and that's going to cause family to separate from you if they haven't already. Your woman, children, they might leave you. These different things are going to get Jake the fold. Alright, which is why, the Wadi Yahweh by Shemel Shai, Yahweh Shai said, let me just get it. Just get it. Revelations chapter 3. Revelation chapter 3, verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Alright, so Yahweh Shai is going to give us the spirit to endure, and that connects with 1 Corinthians 10 and 13, right? Let me get that as well. Might as well. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. It says, there hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. So the Lord is not going to put you in a situation where you are not able to overcome, right? Because the Lord doesn't want us to be destroyed, right? The Lord doesn't want to trample us with chastisement to the extent of where we're you know, on our last limb and we fucking die and fold. Or no, that's not going to happen. Okay? Like it says in the book of John, none of the elect can be plucked out of the Lord's hand. It's predestined, right? It's written. Whoever's going to endure and whoever's going to fold, all these things are already determined. We don't have a personal decision in that matter. You know? And that's scary, but it's also beautiful. Because we always think about the negative side of that. Well, if I'm not chosen, then there's nothing I can do and I'm just doomed for destruction. But what if you are chosen? What if you are part of that remnant? Then you're going to make it, right? No matter how dark things get, no matter how hungry you are, you know, no matter where you find it, you don't know where the hell, I've been walking for days, I don't know where the hell I'm at. No matter what situation you find yourself in, you understand that if you're predestined to win, you're going to win. And that's really all we need to fixate our mind on, man. Win. That's all we got. This is it. The ministry. There's nothing in this world for us. We already have seen and keep hearing that this world is falling apart and crumbling, right? So why would you want to go back to it? And that's essentially like you travel back in time and you buy a ticket for the Titanic. Why would you get on that boat knowing it's going to sink? That doesn't make any damn sense. You know? Why would you do that? No. We're deciding, look, even though I may have had a ticket for the Titanic, I'm not getting on that. Well, there's no refund, sir, so you're not getting your money back. I don't give a fuck. I don't need my money back. My life is more important than that. You know? Because basically we all had a ticket to the Titanic when you think about it, because, you know, the Titanic represented the world, especially Babylon. And, you know, we've done certain things in the world, and, you know, we've wasted a lot of time, and we're not going to get nothing back for that because it was all vanity and vexation of spirit. But you shouldn't want, you know, these different worldly things and desires, because it's all vanity. King Solomon went into it time and time again. This is all a bunch of bullshit, man. Seek the Lord. Alright, we just gotta patiently wait for Yahushua to return and set things right. The kingdom of heaven is going to be far greater than any amount of money here in Babylon. Like King David said, right? What did he say? I'd rather live well, let me see it. It says day, I think it's a day in thy courts. There we go. Psalms chapter 84 verse 10. It says, for a day in thy courts is better than 1,000. I had rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness. Exactly. So, and then like it says in the book of Sirach, a drop in the sea is the equivalent to 1,000 years to the days of eternity. It's not comprehensible. You can't measure eternity. That's forever, right? And we're going to have literally forever, from whenever Yahushua returns until, well, yeah, not until anything, just for good. That's just the end of the story, and it's going to forever continue to live a peaceful, prosperous, real life in righteousness, mind you. Perfect, you know? So why would you want to go back to this world and still go to the same fucking job, still have the same woman, still drive the same car? You're going to be doing all the same shit you are now, except without the Lord's Spirit involved, except without doing something that actually has honor and integrity involved, aka the ministry. Just to be here for a couple more years and then get hit with a fucking missile after you've been starving in a concentration camp and they already cut your fucking feet off. Like, what is there really to look back? You know, like Scripture say, remember Lot's wife. So remember Lot's wife. What did she do? They were running away from judgment, and even still, in the midst of all that going on, she decided to glance back and meditate upon her earthly treasures. Which, mind you, what is one big thing people always say about money? It doesn't bring happiness. More money, more problems. So if you're hearing people that already have millions of dollars say this shit, what the hell makes you think that an extra 10 grand is going to change your life? No doubt it'll help you with things. There's no doubt about it. But if you don't have the Lord dealing with you, if the Spirit of the Lord has left you, then you're about as poor as they come. You have no real wealth. It's a fiat currency too, man. But yeah, that was basically all I got to say on that. I don't want to just talk and talk and talk. So Lord, when at this lesson, was edifying. Before I close, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Rakak Wadash. Double honors go out to the apostles, elders, great millstone. Shalom.